Hey guys, Jeff Honorato here again. I'm back with another video. This one, I might ramble a little bit because this one is just kind of from the heart, just talking to you guys about a few things. So, I've been reading this book. I don't know if you guys have ever read it. This is actually the second time I've read it. It's called Start by Jon Acuff. It's an absolutely incredible book. He's a fantastic author, and the way he writes his books are awesome because they're funny, and I actually am like laughing out loud when I'm reading them. And sometimes I actually have my wife read some of the passages because they're hysterical. But they really touch home on some of the subjects that we should be focusing on. And the other day I was reading one of his chapters, and the topic of fear came up. If you didn't see the corner of this, it says, punch fear in the face. So this whole book is about facing your fears and going from average to awesome. And one thing you obviously get faced with when you're on that path is fear. And one thing he talks about in that is fear has three different voices. So I'm going to refer to my notes a little bit. So if I look away from the camera, then you understand why. Fear has three different voices. So the first one is, who are you to do that? Often when we face different difficulties or different problems, it's because we start having that self-doubt about who are you to actually do any of that kind of stuff? Who are you to chase those dreams? Or who are you to accomplish those kinds of things? The next voice is, you're too late. So the timing is just not right. Like you're too old, you're too young, you're not in the right position. Whatever it is, you're just too late in order to do whatever it is that you're coming after or going after. And the last one is, it has to be perfect. So all the circumstances surrounding you or surrounding the situation, they have to be perfect. And typically all those fears that you have, you can kind of break them down into those three voices. So recently I had our team write down some of the fears that they have, some of the things that they worry about or things that really bother them. And I wanted to actually take this model and break it down. And so one thing that I fear in my own personal life is the fear of failure. I worry about, basically it comes down to three different things. I worry about my small business not doing well, whether that's Beachbody or that's with the DJ business. Either one, I'm an entrepreneur at heart, but I worry about my businesses not doing well and then being a failure to myself and being a failure to those people that are involved with my businesses. The second thing I fear with failure is not being able to provide for the lifestyle that my wife and I enjoy. So we enjoy going on vacations. I enjoy working from home. I enjoy having the freedom to do things on my own time, to have my own schedule, and I worry about not being successful enough that we can do those kinds of things, that we can just travel and go and do stuff and be crazy and enjoy life to the fullest. And the third thing that kind of goes along with both of those is just not hitting certain goals, whether that's goals in business or just goals in life. And so my fear of failure is any of those three things, that not being successful in any of those three areas. So after reading this chapter, I was like, he says write these things down and document them and then go back into them and actually break them down and see what it is that you're actually afraid of. So that's what I did here. I went through all three of those voices, which all three of those things. The first one, so who are you to be a business owner? Like, if that was fear, if I'm scared of, being a successful business owner, fears, who are you to be a successful business owner? Like, you're just Jeff Honorato, you're just an average dude. Why should you be successful? So then I started thinking about what I've done in the past. So I moved to Florida 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago, and I couldn't find a traditional job, so I started DJing because I'd been doing that on the side for years. And I've been running a full-time DJ business for the past 4 years. Since I've been here, I haven't had a traditional steady paycheck. Not only that, my first business I started was back in 7th grade. Like, business just comes natural to me. That's just what I do. When the CD burner came out, I was burning CDs for people, completely illegal. I had no idea. I was in 7th grade. So I was making CDs for people and making $100 a week doing that. So until a teacher got mad at me for passing out a list that people can make, yeah, but that's neither here nor there. Luckily, I didn't get arrested. Third thing is my major in college was business management. So to not manage a business is completely absurd. So who am I to run a business? Well, my background clearly shows that running a business is my thing. That's just what I do. So that voice is gone. How about you're too late? You're too late to be a successful business owner. Well, I'm 27 years old, and I think I have a lot of life left. You know, I've been out of school for all of like 5.5 years at this point. So to not be super duper successful, 6 figures kind of person, I don't think it's too late. I'm not on my deathbed yet. And currently I am running 2 businesses. So clearly it's not too late to be a successful business owner. And the last thing, that the circumstances have to be perfect in order to be successful. Well, when has a successful business ever been perfect right from day one? Or a year in? Or 2 years or 3 years? You know, the circumstances don't have to be perfect in order for you to be successful in business. That's just, you just go for it. You have to start. Hence the name of that book. Second thing, the lifestyle. You know, I'm going to go through those real quick. I want to be able to go on vacations and all that. So who are you to have that lifestyle? You know, why should I be able to do that? Well, if you look at our house, we have this wall and it's just full of pictures of all the different places we've been. So clearly, even though we're not crazy making tons of money and doing whatever, we've done a lot of cool things. So our lifestyle is definitely a vacation style. And again, we moved from Arizona to Florida without jobs. We're moving from Florida to Washington without jobs. I can do it. Why do I have to be a certain person to be able to do that kind of stuff? It's too late. I'm 27 years old. I don't have any kids. We have a dog. It's not too late to create a lifestyle of that sort. And situations have to be perfect. Well, our life is not perfect by any means, but we find a way to make things happen. You know, things come up suddenly and we take sporadic vacations, or we gotta mix up schedules or whatever. So the circumstances don't have to be perfect in order to have that lifestyle. You just gotta go for it. And the final one is not hitting goals. So I've set some goals for myself. I want to be at least a 6-figure earner, and I want to make at least $100,000 by the end of this year. So, like, who am I to make $100,000? Again, we're going back through those 3 voices. Who is that to me? Well, again, it goes back to my businesses that I built. I have a traditional business, which is not network marketing. Which is Beachbody. I have my other business, the DJ business. So in 4 years, I took it from moving to a whole new state, not knowing anybody. In the first year, I made like $18,000 or something. And this last year, we made 73 grand. So in 4 years, I built a business that is very successful. And I only work on the weekends. You know, it's not like we work all week, and it's not like I go to the office and stuff. So why not with my network marketing company, with Beachbody, why can't I make $100,000 in a year? That is doable. It's too late. That's not even a question. You can, anytime in this business, you can get into it. You're never too old. You're never too young. Well, you got to be 18, so I guess you can be a little bit too young. But to be successful, we have $1 million earners all over the board, whether they're in their early 20s or in their late 40s, 50s, whatever it is. You can still be successful as a coach. So it's never too late to do that. And it has to be perfect. So becoming a coach or running a business, you know, why not you? You know, why does it have to be perfect? You know, why do you have to be super in shape? Why do you have to know 1 million people? You don't have to do that. And that's what I've realized, is that the situation doesn't have to be perfect. So those 3 areas of my life where I fear, you know, not being a successful business owner, not being able to provide the lifestyle that I want, and not hitting goals, when I actually break those down and I look at those voices in my head, you know, that who are you to be doing that, or it's too late, or the situation is just not ideal enough for you to actually be successful in those areas. If I really break it down, those voices don't really make sense. You know, and we let these voices develop in our heads, and they started from a very young age. the last thing I want to close on is he talks about in that when it comes up to fear, you think about as a kid about the goals that you had about wanting to be Superman or being a police officer or a fireman or being a princess or whatever you wanted to be. And then throughout life, people tell you you can't. And they get into your head and they create these fears that you're not able to do certain things. So when you start jotting these failures down on, or when you start jotting these fears down on paper, and you actually write out what it is you're actually scared of, and you break it down, you don't have to be afraid of those things. You have to think like a kid does and just go for it. You know, you got to just go for it with reckless abandon and make things happen. So I hope this helped for you guys. I would really like you to write down your fears on a piece of paper. Go through those 3 voices. The who are you to do that? You're too late, and it has to be perfect, because almost anything could fall into those 3 categories as far as the fear voices go. And you could break it down and absolutely just demolish those voices in your head. So I hope you guys take a listen to this and take some notes. If you guys have any questions, again, as always, shoot me a message, comment below, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.